I'm John Gibson. I'm the owner of KAOS, the VP Cold and Ute. I'm from South Australia. I reckon I've had the VP for about 3.5 years. It sat dormant for about 12 months. I took the motor down to one of my dad's mates, Steve Tonks. He faced my heads for me, and he offered to do my cam bearings, all my crank bearings and all of that. But the motor was like in really good health, so we just whacked the cam and the timing chain on and the pump. I've always been a massive fan of the VNSS. My mate had a couple. I had a VPSS, so I've always liked the look of the VP, and it was just, at the time, it just seemed different to your VRs and VSs. But this is actually a VR ute with a VP front end on it. We just wanted it to be reliable, safe, and but yeah, also we were hoping it could be competitive. My biggest highlight would have to be last year, December. We trekked over to Portland to the 5K comp to see where we paired up against everybody. So I went into the street class. Basically, we come second by 1 point, and yeah, and I came ninth overall. The name KAOS, yeah, I basically named it after my wife, like just as a joke. But yeah, we really liked the name. It stood out to the car. When I started the build, so yeah, I had the car for about 12 months. I basically didn't do nothing with the car. I just collected all my parts, and then yeah, we just started getting into it, whacking it together. So yeah, basically, once we got everything worked out, it didn't take too long at all, probably about 7 to 8 months. I had a couple of hurdles, which, so that hard to get the motor straight. So I ended up ringing Jason for some advice, what are we doing wrong? And they're actually made to be 7 mil to the left, and yeah, we've got it 5 mil. But yeah, just yeah, it was doing our heads in. Like yeah, that was one of our hurdles. I run a VL rack, manual steering rack in it, so that was another hurdle, was getting that, making that work, because the intermittent shaft was too long, so had to fabricate up a part, which I've got some help from Richie from 1110. I've got a LS1 5.7 on E85, tuned by Graham Horner at Horner Performance. She made 924 Newton meters of torque. Was really happy with that. It's been an animal of a car since the tune. Basically, yeah. The mods that are in the motor, I've got the LS7 lifters. I've got the chromoly push rods. I've got Rollmaster timing chain. Got the Mellings high volume pump, and I run the Davis Craig electric water pump just to keep things sweet, keep the motor nice and cool all the time. Yeah, basically I've got a Turbo 400 transmission built by Sam at SA Race. Can't complain, like that trans is bulletproof. Yeah, it really done me good on that one. I've got a 4 grand converter, and yeah, basically, yeah, so full manual turbo 400. The diffs are Borg Warner. I've been changing diff ratios at the moment, so I'm going to try a 323 next. If not, I'll just go back to my 345s. I've basically did a change just to try and get off the limiter as hard. The exhaust is pacemakers, extractors, tri-by, and my mate Chopper from Bicycles had helped me because my exhaust had failed what was previously on there, so he helped me fab up. Well, he basically fabbed it up for me with the X piece. So yeah, that comes out just probably about so far before the diff. Tubs. My brother-in-law Nick Clark. We'd been talking about it for a long time. He just said, look, you know, when you want to do it, let's do it. So yeah, we basically we grabbed a diff, we shortened the diff ourselves, and then we cut the chassis off. At first we notched the chassis, but we just sort of ran into problems. We were trying to use the as much of the standard hanging brackets as we could possible, but it was becoming a challenge to suit the big wheels. So we decided to cut it all off, which we should have done in the first place. So we basically, we've fabricated up our own chassis rails. We've got the 4-link in there. We haven't completely finished the tubs off yet, but after the tubs, we're looking at going to do the interior. I've got a race pack dash to go in. I just want to make it more of a race car, get rid of what's in there. I've hated it from day one. But yeah, just sort of, and then I might look at, while I'm in there, maybe changing the tunnel to make the transmission easy to come in and out. Just for and maybe gut out the engine bay, and obviously maybe chase more power. I'd like to thank my sponsors that have helped me along the way, like Graham Horner, obviously. He gave us the tune, fitted me in. SA Race, Sam Fideli, can't thank him enough. My brother Nick, brother-in-law Nick Clark, my dad obviously, my teammates, Barcycle Originals. Like to thank Gulf Western Oils for helping me out with oils. Auto Pro at Golden Grove. I'd say Michael and the team at Outlaw Speed Shop, always looking after me. All the boys like Mel and Paul and the other Michael, great guys. Fully recommend, they know their stuff. I'd like to thank Gary Johansson from Paint Supplies, Jason from Tough Mounts. I'd like to thank Darren from Mounts and Members. He helped me out with the conversion kit. He helped me out with with my trans cross member as well. And I'd like to thank Charles and Nikki from C&M Mechanical for sorting out my entries. I really appreciate the help, guys. It goes a long way. I'd also like to massive shout out to my friend Nicholas Tarzia at Tarzia Tyre Centre.